My lord, shall I make my submission, my lord? Morning, my lord, I made submission, my lord. I am in the house, my officers are in my office. Because of quarantine, I could not able to go to office. My officers were present before the court in the video conference, my lord, in my office. That
You
is,
did not
my lord.
you tell us that some officer has to appear in this matter. You
Please.
said that you have been tested positive and
Yes,
therefore
madam.
it should be accommodated. We, without realizing that somebody has to appear in the matter,
Please.
we accommodated you. This is not fair on your part. You should have at least informed that some officer has to appear in this matter and some other date may be fixed.
Yes, my lord, I made submission. I am sorry, my lord, I made submission. My officers in the my office in the video conference. That was not noticed, my lord. I am sorry, my lord. They were in my office, my lord.
This is not at all fair on your part, Mr.
No, sorry, my lord. It may not be here, my lord. I informed the this honorable court. They were in my office through video conference, my lord. They were there, my lord. When the matter is released.
You take rest. We have instructed Mr. Srinidhi to appear. MP.
Well,
all the zonal engineers and the chief engineer, there are 8 zones, plots. 8 zones are looked after by.
Who appears for the petition?
I appear for the petitioners, my lord.
You also did not inform that somebody has to appear. We did not remember. We cannot remember all.
No, my lord, my instructing counsel was in the court. The instructing counsel was
does not show that anybody has to appear.
Yes, my lord. So she could not
Unless
muster the courage to tell the court. No, my lord, court will kindly appreciate that youngster. She could not muster the courage to say. The minute it was adjourned, she just bowed and came. Maybe she should have reminded it to the court. My lords would have taken, but since the court immediately adjourned it, so she kept quiet.
We thought that the lawyer should be accommodated. We accommodated. We did without realizing that somebody has to appear the matter.
No, it shouldn't look like we were objecting. So therefore, maybe that's the reason why she should not say, we are here, my lord. We will assist the court in whatever fashion.
Yes, what is the matter? Who has to appear?
The chief engineer.
BBMP. Where is he? You are chief engineer. What is your name?
I am Karnataka, chief engineer from road infrastructure wing of BBMP.
I
am chief engineer road infrastructure wing BBMP.
There are many chief engineers.
Yes, ma'am. There are 8 zones in BBMP. Each zone has a chief engineer. These zonal engineers, they will look after their zone, the roads of their zones. That is called zonal roads. And they report to engineer in chief and the chief commissioner. Likewise, Mr. Prahlad also is chief engineer for arterial roads and subarterial roads. He also reports to the engineering chief.
Arterial
and subarterial roads. There are 3 kinds of roads. One is arterial roads. That's a major road. Subarterial road, submajor road. Zonal roads, which each zone has its own areas. So totally we have about 13,874 square kilometers of road. Now, so that's why to manage that we have totally 9 engineers.
All right. Yes.
Can I make a submission, my lord, on
yes.
this? Kindly request the court to see
the latest. We want to know this matter relates to 2018.
15 in fact. And I must also share to this court that in this year alone, we have 9 deaths because of potholes. And whenever 9 deaths.
Yes, 1 death we have recently read in paper.
Yes.
Because of the potholes.
So that is the report by the...
The second submission I want to make is this is not an adjudicatory form in the sense that we are not having any adjudication against the BBMP. It is more to have a collaboration so that we have better roads in the city. We don't have any allegations or specific against them, except to say that only when the court takes this issue seriously, that some work on the road happens. But there are certain systematic difficulties in the sense that they are not taking systematic changes. They are not using technology. They are still using old method of putting some mud on that pothole and covering it up. Now kindly see the latest
There is a
compliance
bit-
report. Kindly see the latest compliance report, which is filed on 5/2/2022. Copy served on me. Kindly see page 13 of that.
It is
It is
filed on
complete
Saturday,
report.
my lord.
This is the compliance report.
No, it's 25/10/2018, a compliance report filed.
Eh?
25/10/2018.
2510.
Not, I'm sorry, not 25/10, I'm sorry.
Yes, 2510 also, the court may kindly look at 2510.
4/2/2022.
Yes, 5/2/2022, there is one document.
Well, on that I wish to submit.
The date is 4th. This is in compliance of your lordship's order dated 27/1/2022.
Yes.
Your lordships had asked for compliance on 5 counts, my lords. May I read, my lords? Our learned counsel for BBMP has not been able to satisfy as to what action has been taken against those agencies who were permitted to cut the road for certain work and had not completed their work in the prescribed period. This is the first direction. Second, my lords, learned counsel for BBMP has also not been able to show as to what procedure and technology is being adopted by them to carry out the pothole repair work. It is very much clear that after every rain, the road develops the potholes. Third direction, lords, learned counsel for BBMP also does not indicate as to whether there is any policy or coordination between the BBMP and other agencies who carry out the laying of works, various works on the roads, such as insertion of pipeline, etc., and thereby causing road distances. Fourth, my lords, there shall be some coordination between these agencies who are permitted to cut the road for certain work and the BBMP. The last, my lords, is, I'll skip 8 and 9. 10th, my lords, the BBMP shall inform as to what technology is being adopted by them for the repair of the city roads and whether they have engaged experts and outside agencies who are experts in the construction and repair of roads for this work. This, my lords, I felt, my lords, these are the major directions which we need to comply.
Yes.
Each direction which has been complied, my lords, in the 5/2/2022 compliance, my lords, kindly come to page 2, my lords. To the left-hand side, we have said observation of the dishonorable court and submissions of BBMP. Each compliant, serial number 1. What action has been taken against agencies such as BWSSP, BESCOM, BSNL, GAIL India, GAIL Gas, etc., who are permitted to cut the road for construction, certain work, and not completed their work in the prescribed period? Submissions, my lords. During inspection meeting with the concerned agencies, time and again we have impressed them to adhere to the conditions imposed while permitting them to cut the road. As the agencies happen to be the government functionaries, and as and where the agencies had not kept up their promise of timeline, issue was taken up for discussion during BBMP coordination meeting by inviting them and informing them that they were bound to keep up the timeline and to complete the work. In one of such meetings on 5/11/2019, as an example, GAIL Gas India Limited was instructed to submit the work plan for the coming month by 15th of the previous month so that the said agency would be able to start the work and complete the work as per the schedule in the next month. Secondly, in all 189 applications for extension of time had been received from agencies. Of them, BBMP found genuine grounds for extension of time in 136 cases, genuine grounds being issues concerning non-possibility of traffic diversion, particularly at Central Business District area, issues concerning non-availability of laborers, particularly during COVID-19 lockdown periods, issues concerning non-availability of materials during COVID-19 local lockdown period, particularly for GAIL Gas India Limited. The issues concerning work proceedings at a very slow pace due to extreme hard work formalities. Specifications of 136 cases are so and so much. B. In the remaining 52 applications for extension of time, after verification, no genuine grounds were found and therefore they were rejected. Consequently, the fees remitted by them to BBMP concerning unattended length of work stood forfeited. C. An amount of rupees 40.127 crores has been imposed on various OSC service providers for violating the terms and conditions of permissions and also in few cases for unauthorized road diggings as shown in document number 1. D. Criminal cases have been filed against certain agencies who are found to have cut the road illegally and unauthorized. The list of criminal cases filed is document number 2. E. Apart from filing complaint criminal cases before the concerned police, notices have also been issued to the government agencies that not to cut road without permission and to restore back the road. Like this, Manoj, the next compliance, Manoj. What procedure and technology is being adopted by the above agency to carry out the pothole repair work?
Now, what you have done, whether these 139, 136 cases
Yes.
that you have found,
Yes.
are you monitoring them, whether they have completed their work within time
Yes,
provided?
the monitoring is happening, Manoj, on zonal levels and by the.
This is 2019.
Yes, Manoj.
You insisted that they should do it and all that.
Yes.
Now, what has happened thereafter? Now, whether
I'm told that they have complied with the directions issued in this meeting.
you have not said anything
They have
that
not
how
said.
many of them have completed their work within time
Yes.
on, and what happened to 40 crore which was imposed as fine,
Yes.
whether it has been recovered or not?
Recovered, that is recovered and forfeited.
You have not said.
We have not said, Manoj.
You have only said that you have imposed fine, but that is all. But you have not said that it has been recovered or work has been done.
That we have mentioned, Manoj, at page 914, document number 1. But Manoj, penalty recovered, Manoj, is shown at page 14.
Will I come to serial number 2?
Yes. What procedure and technology is being adopted by the above agencies to carry out the pothole repair work? In principle, BBMP is obliged to carry out the pothole repair work except in following 4 agencies. In case of BWSSB, only insofar as 5th stage Kaveri water supply works are concerned, road kitting and restoration, it is BWSSB itself would carry out such repair works, of course, as per the conditions, specifications imposed while granting permission.
What is BWSSB?
Bangalore Water and Sewage Board, Manoj, Sewage Supply Board.
Hmm.
So what they do, Manoj, when they have to provide for sewage, they cut the road, the side of the road. And the condition
Is there any specification according to which they have to make the repair?
Yes, Manoj, yes.
Where you have said? You have not said there is any specification is provided?
What specification is not said, but what we have said as per the condition specification imposed while granting permissions. The permission while the permission is granted, Manoj, specification is mentioned as to this is how we have to fill it.
But they have to maintain the quality of the repair work.
That we have to oversee, Manoj.
Then,
While they are doing it, we will have to oversee, Manoj.
if they are not maintaining, then what action is taken? Against whom? How many action have been taken? How many cases have been lodged?
It is not mentioned here, Manoj.
It is all farce. Now, what quality you are, what technology you are adopting?
Manoj, technology.
What procedure and technology is being adopted by above agency to carry out the pothole repair work?
Manoj, technology at observation.
Who is doing the work of repair of potholes? And what technology is being adopted?
The contractors are doing, Manoj, based on the work order. Based on the work order, they have the registered contractors, the contractors that are doing the work, and it is the duty of the chief engineers, local engineers, to make sure that the quality.
How we just want to know
Yes.
that how after every rain the roads give up
Yeah.
and the potholes develop.
Yes.
What type of technology you are adopting that such bad repair work is done? This is what we want to know. Our concern is the waste of public money
Absolutely.
and what type of work you are doing
Yes.
that we have been continuing with from last 5 years this case, and every time whenever rains comes, after that your roads are not motorable.
We have tried to explain, Manoj, at page 5. Kindly come to page 5. That is observations of the Honorable High Court of number 4 and 5.
Miss Petitioner Counsel, yes, what you have to say about
I-
this work,
Yes,
work which is being done
yeah, now,
regarding the
yes,
pothole
yes.
repair?
May I? Kindly see page 13 of what the paper book just now they have filed compliance report.
Yes.
Now kindly see how technical process adopted for filling of potholes.
Yes.
First they said traffic diversion with safety traffic. This is not so much concerned. Marking of defective potholes. So far they have not said how it is being marked. So far they have not given. Cutting of defective area. What machine they are using to cut this defective area? So far not coming. Removal of loose material. Then track coat. Then placing of butadiene mix, wet mix and compaction. Now there was a commission report given by the army officials at the instance of this court. That commission report, what my learned friend just now told the date, 2510. In fact, Mr. Srinidhi is a part of this commission which went for inspection. Myself, he, all of us have gone around the roads in Bangalore and identified each pothole and asked them to fill it. They fill it and within 2 months, it was again gives way. Question is, why is it giving way? It only shows they are not using the manner.
Yes.
It may not be available right away, but I would like to read what the engineer has stated. Just I will take a minute more. What the engineer has said. The engineer has said that the BBMP is using cold mix tar when we put on the pothole. Cold mix they are using, whereas they should use hot mix. Suggestion of the commission. I'm reading the suggestion of the commission. BBMP needs to work out comprehensive plan of action to tackle issue of potholes. For that, very clearly, they have said use of machines, use of pothole cutting machines shall be made mandatory for cutting potholes in regular
It cannot be done manually.
It cannot be done manually. Also, use of automatic asphalt filling machine with inbuilt roller and vehicle mounted shall be promoted in.
Where is that report? Where is that report?
That report is there in the court.
This technology or not?
It is there in the court, which is filed by the Legal Services Authority, which was appointed to conduct 25/10/2018. Compliance report number 3.
25/10/2018.
We had copies of it in the morning to give it to my lords when the matter was called, but somehow it got adjourned, my lord. I was on the screen, but since it got adjourned, we didn't think it appropriate to make it. We should have done. There is a lapse on our part.
No, this is the commission report. Commission was done pursuant to the court's order.
Please. It is there on the first page itself. Pursuant to directions issued by the Honorable Court, wide order to 23/10/2018, Commission visited areas near Alsur Lake, MG Road. All the list, everything is been given. Commission members in the previous report, court will see. Commissioner members was, but the court's motion bench orders, court has captured each and every action done by the commission, and they have given.
Come to the relevant.
Please come to the relevant portion.
Suggestion by the commission.
Suggestion by the commission.
Yes. Needs to work comprehensive plan to action.
Timelines they have given. Specification. Now filling layer below bituminous concrete. Now this bitumen concrete is brought 20-30 kilometers from Bangalore. By the time it comes to the place, it has already become cold. And works contractor will come, he will put mud, he will take one stamping equipment, he will put stamp on that and he will go. If a heavy vehicle goes, it will give way. So money is spent, it is gone, it is just wasted. No useful purpose. The one that I read, next comes specification, filler material, what should be used. Then G, use of machines. In order to do all of this, the commission has suggested, please use pothole cutting machine. There is a technology which is internationally used. And I believe BBMP was using it earlier. That is what my petitioners have informed me.
Automatic asphalt filling machine, whether you are using this?
We are using that. Even road cutting machines are there. Hot mix plant is there now at 100 to 150 tons per hour. It is established, it is a working condition that is, of course, after the commission report, after 2018, we have
last 3 months, which are the potholes that are used using this machine, let them place it before the court.
For construction and maintenance of Bangalore city roads, we they are now, my lords, going through these guidelines. My lords. That is, of course, after 2018.
You give the list
Yes.
of roads on which you have used this
Automatic
cutting
machines.
pothole in regular shape machines have been used,
Yes.
and automatic exhaust filling machine have been used.
Yes, my lords.
And we will get an independent agency involved
Yes.
in making the inquiry about it.
Please.
Yes. Can be done.
In the last 2 months, where all they have, which all identify, let them identify the potholes and say they have used these machines. The services of the member secretary at that time was appreciated. We are all gone together. Now that member has also adorned the bench of this court.
What I was showing to my brother.
Yes, Virat. In fact, Mr. Srinidhi also is been there with us, has come all along every day. That's why I say, this is not a adjudicatory method we are adopting. It is a collaborative method with the BBMP. We have no allegation against them, or intention is not to have any officer hauled up or have them punished. It is not our intention. Our intention is to have good roads in the city. And we have seen from past 5 years, only when the court takes serious view that the roads are without potholes. But in the past, in the last rain, 4 deaths have happened. In the newspapers have reported. Very unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate. There's a young mother who died just 10 days ago.
Why FIR should not be lodged against your chief engineers?
In fact, we have undertaken and we have also published in
We
newspapers.
will direct for lodging of FIR against your engineer in chief and all the chief engineers who are there for repair of the roads.
Jurisdiction.
Yes.
In fact, there is a specific direction by this honorable court, my lord, that we have to undertake.
No, it is enough.
It is there, my lords. It is there.
We are not here to monitor your work. We will let FIR be lodged against all these persons and let them go to jail. Then they will realize what they are doing.
Now, in fact, we have
They are playing with the life of the public.
I cannot for a minute say that there are no potholes. As a citizen of Bangalore,
How it can happen that 9 people have died on road because of potholes? And every time you get the potholes on the same road.
only once.
What type of technology you are using, what type of work you are doing, what quality of work you are performing?
I'm not justifying, but it may not be on the potholes. But yes, my lord, there are certain diggings which are happening. It might have caused inconvenience. There are some deaths, but it may not be attributable only for potholes. But that is not a justification
You
for
give
us to say that we will not repair the road.
you give the details of the roads which you have repaired,
Yes.
potholes.
Yes.
We will get the inquiry done by some independent agency, some technical persons who are expert in the field would be engaged to make the inquiry about the quality of work.
Yes.
And then we will, let us be very clear that we will not spare any of these officers who are responsible for this poor quality of work
Yes.
and this high-handedness.
Absolutely.
Shall we record that you have been using this technology of using these cutting pothole machines and automatic exhaust filling machine and this hot mix?
Page 13 does not indicate that, with utmost respect, if I may say so. Page 13 does not indicate that. Kindly see, nowhere it says automatic machine is being used. Nothing it says there.
We will record his statement. That is why he is present in the court. Yes.
I think in 2022 they had the contract for auto filling of potholes. Now, auto filling of automatic machine.
Don't divert the issue. Are you using this technology or not?
Today, no.
Why? Till now you are saying that you have been using it.
Yes, till 22 we were
Mister, be careful before what you say. Be careful, you are before the court. We will send you to jail from here itself if you make a wrong statement. Why did you inform this court? Why this impression was given that you are using this technology? Now we are going to record your statement. Then you say that now, right now, it is not being used. You are trying to mislead the court. Are you trying to mislead the court? From here itself, you will be sent to jail. Do you understand? If you will try to mislead the court. Yes, Mr. Srinathi.
Because apparently they were using it for 3 years up to 3/1/2022. Now they have the hot mix plant, so they are getting the hot mix and doing
From where you are getting the hot mix?
Yelahanka, my lords. Yelahanka on the way to the international airport, in a place called Kannur, they have the hot mix plant. So, my lord, the temperature, what has to be maintained, will be maintained. Earlier, my lord, they used to get it from almost 50 to 60 kilometers away. That was the reason. Now, my lords, it is very much inside the city of Bangalore, so it is easy for them to get it and resolve the issue.
But again, I am also not an expert in this field. I am also going by what the commissioners, but in our experience, and we have been asking, Lord, we are also, petitioners are also presidents of Resident Welfare Association. So whenever we are making suggestions to the court, we are asking Resident Welfare Association in turn to give us inputs. Only that information we are passing on to the court. Now, what we understand that this hot mix, which they pushed from 50 kilometers to 12 kilometers, was by cancelling a contract in the name of the court of the earlier person. So they use the orders of the court to cancel existing contracts and give it again to their favorable other part. This is what pattern we have been seeing. But again, I want to stress, my intention is not to find fault. If we go deep, there is a lot of muck. I will not go there. My interest is to see that today we use good technology to have potholes filled. So therefore, if the court so permits, I would have a suggestion. They have this technology. Let them identify about 10, 15, 20 potholes in zone 1 and have proper technology fill it up. And we can have that inspection. And if that technology is good, then this court can put that into an order so that it will facilitate them to give works to these kind of people. Just a suggestion. It just off hat, it has come, this suggestion. We were willing to cooperate in whatever, but they have a big machinery. We are small individuals going on the road. We found this difficulty. At that point of time, there were 5 letters written to this High Court. And at that point of time, registrar wondered what is a good cause to take it up. So I came forward to take up this issue. And that is how this 2015, this petition was filed. And I'm taking care of this petition on a pro bono basis.
Yes. May I please? Plus, within a week, we will float tender to get that automatic machine. Within a week, we will do it from today. We will make sure that it is in existence.
Again, Lord, this is my grievance. Why should we stand before the court and have the court to make us do these things? I feel it is their duty and they should do it themselves. After having the court taken so much of trouble and doing commissioner's report, and there are orders dated 5/10/2018, there's orders dated 23/10/2018 and 27/10/2018, where this court has said that scientific manner of providing smooth and mortable roads has to be undertaken by the BBMP. Specific directions are given. So I see the bona fides of my learned friend from a professional level, but on ground level, Lord, BBMPs are not so.
Yes.
This particular machine, Manoj, of course, not that we are doing a favor to the citizens, but we are the first city to use this machinery. Earlier, the contract.
Forget about your credentials. We all know about your credentials very well.
So, my submission.
Don't boost your credentials. We are all very conscious about your credentials. So no need to remind us that you are the first city you are using such a good technology that every time, after every rain, your roads are not motorable.
Yes.
Yes.
But within a week, we will call for tender.
Don't test our patience.
Absolutely.
Yes. We had thought that today we will fix the responsibility of these officers for the death which have been caused due to bad roads in the city and ask the FIR to be lodged against them. Then only they will realize what the court can do. From last so many years the petition is pending,
Yes.
and every time the courts take up the matter, and then you wake up from your slumber and then you do something and then forget again everything.
We'll make sure not by
Yes.
next date of hearing.
So now you are trying to impress upon the court that you are the first city, you are using such a good technology.
But
Now you tell us how you are going to improve your work. What you are going to do, you will note down your suggestions first.
yes. But as regards the
Why these potholes in the first instance? Are we
machines are used for cutting the roads, Manoj.
Yes.
So we have enough machines and we are not using manually
You are using cutting machines.
cutting machineries.
Hmm.
Secondly, Manoj, as regards the automatic pothole machine, within 1 week from today, we will issue tender.
Tender, then with tender process will take 6 months
No, Manoj.
to finalize.
No, Manoj. Within,
Yes.
Manoj, we will take appropriate permission and we will try to close it
Till
within
till
4
then, what you will do?
Manoj, till then, Manoj, we have a hot mix machine that we have. We will be using, even now we are using it, we will continue to use it.
The machines which were using earlier, why you are not using them now?
No, we are
What is the difficulty?
This machine, automatic filling machine is not here because the contract period is over on 3/2/2020.
Which contract period? What are you talking about?
For the machinery, it is not our own machine. We have not purchased that machine.
Hmm.
Tender was called for and the award was contracted to a particular contractor to undertake this job.
Automatic?
Pothole filling machine.
Automatic pothole.
Filling machine.
Now, this was with some other private agency.
Yes, Manoj. Initially, it was given for 3 years. We got it extended for 2 years. Now, 3/2/2022, that contract was over, Manoj.
It cannot be extended now.
It can be extended. That's what, Manoj, I will speak to the concerned judge instead of.
So you're talking, you are asking that you will float a tender, now you will take time to finalize everything, and what the machine which were using and this automatic pothole filling machine,
Yes, Manoj.
why can't that be used again?
That's,
When you had been extending, is there any complaint against? Whether there is some complaint, some difficulty in extending the contract?
the initial agreement, Manoj, was that one-time extension could be given.
Eh?
One-time extension could be granted. So that one time was given. Manoj, I'll personally place it. I'll place this before the concerned authorities and make sure that it is extended rather than going for tender, Manoj.
Who is this chief engineer? He is trying to be very smart. He is trying to be very smart. He is trying to put words in your mouth and telling one time extension was only there.
What he is saying, Manoj, I have not seen the contract. But Manoj, your lordship may kindly take my assurance that I will speak to the concerned person. The person who was doing it, we will make sure, at least we'll try and make sure that he himself is extended, and parallelly we might go for tender, Manoj, for another machine. But this, Manoj, I'll make sure.
Why, if there is any complaint against him, don't extend it.
Yes, Manoj.
If there is, he was not working properly, he was not maintaining the quality, don't do it.
Yes, Manoj.
But if there is nothing against him, then why can't you extend his contract?
It should be extended. I'll speak to the
And when you do not have that technology with you?
Yes, Manoj. But I agree, Manoj. I bow down to that. I will.
No, he is trying to explain that only one time extension was allowed.
I I will personally speak.
Is
to
the
concerned
person who is creating problem? Is this the person? I will suspend him. We'll suspend by judicial order. We'll pass the order to suspend him today itself.
No, it's not so. But it's not so. I'll personally speak to the concerned this evening.
No, you people will not improve. You will not improve. We understand that. We will
We
have to take some strict action against your officers only, then you people will improve. We don't understand this. Either we will have to direct for lodging of FIR against these persons, holding them responsible for this criminal negligence, or we will have to ask the government to suspend them and place some better officers there. We will do it. We understand.
Manoj, I'm assisting lordships only today. Give me a week's time, Manoj. I will definitely speak to the concerned.
This is not our work, mister.
Yes,
This is not our work which you are doing today.
absolutely.
And this person is trying to be very smart with the court.
I'll instruct them accordingly, Manoj. But lordship can give me a week's time. I will speak to the concerned officials, make sure that that is rectified, and I'll come back to your lordship with what we have done.
We called once. We remember we called your chief commissioner also.
Yes, yes.
We asked him. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. You are in habit of this. You don't know.
No, now,
We
Manoj,
can also be very strict.
yes, Manoj.
Yes.
Manoj, I know
You
what is
see.
falling from your
You'll
lordship.
see. We'll pass the order today.
Manoj, I'm aware what is falling from your lordships, Manoj. I will place it before the concerned higher officials, Manoj, and make sure that we will come back to your lordships with a better affidavit and better undertaking, Manoj.
What is the name of this officer? We'll send him to jail today itself. No. Mister, you are in habit of sitting in your air-conditioned office. You are in habit of sitting in your air-conditioned office. You do not know what is the difficulty public face. No, so let us make you aware of that.
But I'm sure he has understood what is falling from your lordship. I will make sure that I speak to the higher ups and I'll come back within a week, Manoj, before your lordships.
It's a
So
height.
all the engineers present here are aware of what is
They
happening.
have been using this technology. Now they are not using because they have not extended the contract and they are saying that they will float the tender.
Chief, they were quite aware that this term will end. We were quite aware that the term of the contractor would expire by December 2021.
Manoj, yes, Manoj.
And you know that the matter is before High Court.
Yes, yes,
They are supposed to take care of potholes.
yes. They should have.
Then what prevented this engineers who are at the helm of the office not to take action, not to anticipate and either extend or call for a tender? Why they have not done it?
They should have done it 6 months prior.
Then you have to file an affidavit that why they have not taken action
Yes, Manoj.
in anticipation.
Yes, Manoj.
You have to offer an explanation on the next date.
We will do. It is incorrect, Manoj. Absolutely, Manoj. We should have taken, we should have started this process so that it could have commenced or
Whether
started.
you would have extended this term or you would have gone for a tender in advance.
Yes. It should
Then
have
you have
been
to
done.
file an affidavit.
Yes.
Who is responsible?
We are not in favor of anybody. We do not know what technology you are being adopting, what you have been doing.
Yes.
We only want that the road should be in such a condition that they should be motorable.
Absolutely, Manoj.
The second thing is that whatever technology you use, it should be durable.
Durable.
It is not that every time so much money the government gives it to you and you just waste it and the technology is not being properly used so that after every rain again the roads become unmotorable.
Manoj, we will do it, Manoj. Kindly give me a week's time to come back and file a status report. Accordingly, we will follow it up and regular status reports will be filed with the lordships.
This is height. Earlier you have this inspection commission report was prepared.
Yes, Manoj.
Now in which everything has been given. And you have been using this, again you have given up. Mr. Srinidhi,
My lords.
you have appeared today for the first time before us.
Yes.
So on your assurance, we
Yes,
are giving you 1 more week time.
Please, my lords.
Now, what we want that they should come out with proper statement before the court.
Yes.
First thing is that they have to submit the explanation that knowing fully well that the technology which of the machines and all that automatic machine which were being used
Yes,
for that contract is going to be over, and they are not having those machines to themselves, but they did not make any arrangement for that.
Yes.
Neither they renewed the contract nor they floated the tenders in time
Yes.
to get these machines in time. What is the reason for this?
Yes,
You
sir.
have to submit the explanation.
Yes.
The second thing is that now what you are going to do
Yes.
for this. Because we cannot allow the public to die like this.
Absolutely. No. It's our duty,
No.
my lords, we will do it.
The petitioner council has informed that a young mother died on road 2 days back. What can be more pathetic?
Just one last submission, if my lords would allow me. Only to Mr. Srinidhi also could kindly consider to take 98 crores loss has been claimed by the BBMP from government. This has come from 21st November 2021 news report. And this year, government has allocated 1,000 crores just for maintenance of roads.
My God.
That's the newspaper report. No, I'm only saying, Lord, as I said again, it's not. We have to collaborate with them to work. Srinidhi is a very reasonable person. He let him find out what's happened to all these amounts, and they can come clean to this court.
1,000 crore has been allocated for repair of the roads. That can be a budget for construction of the roads, whether it is for the repair of the roads.
Lord, again, my sources are only newspapers. It could not be fully correct.
110 villages which were merged with the BBMP plots. They way back then the villages did not have asphalted road. For that and for the BWSs which they are cutting for providing switch for all the 110 village, for that amount is earmarked. Not as I assured my lords, I will sit with the higher authorities, place before them what your lordships have put forth today, and I'll come back, my lords, on these two.
Come back and ask them to come prepared.
Yes,
Come prepared.
I got it.
So anything can happen to them.
I got it.
Yes. Every time we will not spare them. Today, or because of you, they should be thankful that because of you that we are sparing them. Otherwise, we had made up our mind to lodge FIR against them and ask the police to arrest them and send to jail. Yes. Third, what is the name?
B.S. Prahalad, I'll write it.
B.S. Prahalad, Chief Engineer so and so, is present before the court. Mr. Srinidhi, the counsel appearing for BBMP, has fairly conceded that the automatic pothole filling machine which was being earlier used is not in use at present, as the contract which was given to a private agency
Yes.
in this regard has expired in December.
No, 2/1/2022.
1, 2022.
3/1/2022.
3/1/2022.
Yes.
The BBMP shall submit its explanation as to what arrangement was made for using the technology provided by automatic pothole filling machine in case they were not ready to renew the contract, and why the arrangement was not made in advance, why they had been waiting till now, and now wants time to float the tenders, etc., to get the machines, required machines. They also have to explain as to why the contract with that agency which was earlier providing the automatic pothole filling machine cannot be renewed in case there was no complaint against their work and the quality. Full stop. The BBMP also has to submit the plan of technology which they are going to use by adopting the cutting machines, automatic pothole filling machine, and the hot mix torque in filling of the potholes, and the plan for the roads to be repaired by adopting this technology. Full stop. On the request of Mr. Srinidhi, the case is adjourned today. Give a date on the next Tuesday. After 1 week, we are giving 1 week, 8 days. On that date, who will appear?
As your lordship directs, I will assist this. I will assist this honorable.
Whom you feel that if he appears, will make some difference in the. We can call everybody, no problem. From your chief commissioner to chief engineer in chief and everyone, there is no problem.
I know not what you are.
So that if there are, then you may not be in a position to say that we have to decide and we have to take and all that.
Yes.
Let all them be present here.
No, because I'll be here. So I'll assist your lordship.
Let engineer in chief, he is the senior most officer
Yes.
on the, let him be present.
Yes.
Let engineer in chief be present before the court.
If the court permits.
Yes.
Now that the order is over, I want to just share what I have been following in from 2015, what they do, lords. Now, lords have said that if you can't insist, you give it to somebody else. They use this order, remove the existing people and get new ones. They don't give them also. I'm giving an example. Earlier, they had coal tar giving various other agencies. When this court said, why are you using coal tar? Do something for yourself. They said, okay, when accountability came, they cancelled all the other contracts. They gave only to themselves the contract for coal tar, which they never used also. Coal tar this is a situation. Therefore, court said, now you put automatic machines. Slowly using court order, they removed automatic machines now. Using today's order, again they will remove the old ones and they'll say, we'll only get automatic machines. They cannot, a BBMP cannot do everything by itself. It has to trust people. It has to make everyone accountable. And the attitude of taking advantage of the court's order, as I have seen, is very unfortunate, actually. And I should not be guilty. I shouldn't feel that I am taking away the livelihood of so many people when they cancel their contracts. All the contracts
We are
they
not
cancelled 3 years
concerned
ago.
with the contract or thing. We are only concerned with the quality of work and the time period within which they should
Yes.
do it. That is expeditiously, without undue delay.
Lord, the citizens are highly obliged, Lord, for the attention the court has given in this matter.
All right, all right. Yes.
Obliged, Lord.
Number 40. Intelligence matters. Morning, serial 40 had filed an application for seeking extension of time to comply with the order of this report. I was held up in a matter, I could not be present. That's yes, rejected. Seek intelligence.
I have dismissed for non-prosecution. I have for extension of time.
Serial 40 minutes. An application for
40?
seeking. Serial 40 minutes. I filed an application.
For extension of time.
Time matters. Could not be present. I was held up in another matter. I was on
What can we do? You were not present. We dismissed the application.
I would seek intelligence of this court to grant some time and regard the order matters. Otherwise, because
All
they
right,
explain the whole details.
change that order. Who has written? Asked to not to post that order and change it. Fix the date on that. We'll fix a date on that. Be present.
7 months.
Yes.
Morning hours there was 18.
Inform the other side also.
My lord, I appear for the respondent, my lord, in serial number 40.
Yes.
18-3. Number 46. Nitin AM.
Appearing for petitioner in this matter, my lord. The court had specifically directed that the amendment be carried out, my lord. Unfortunately, at the time when the direction was given, my lord, it could not have been carried out. My lord, I'm seeking for the recall of that order, my lord, and to restore the matter, my lord. Necessary steps will be taken immediately, my lord.
Last opportunity is granted. Apply for amendment. Keeping in view the order such as a 4 weeks is granted to do the needful, failing which petition automatically stand dismissed.
At the time, the amendment could not have been carried out, my lord.
Then how can we extend the time?
My lord, what has actually happened was direction was given, my lord, to amend to a point that specific cases of violation may be brought to the notice, my lord. So the said information was informed to the petitioners. Petitioner is an aged person. During the course of all these COVID times, could not have been.
Now, whether you have instruction right now to carry out amendment.
Yes, all I'm seeking is 3-4 days time, my lord. I will do the amendment, necessary amendment. Lord, moreover, my lord, there is one more point, my lord, in that. What I have actually sought for.
Non-prosecution, my lords may recall it unilaterally without issuing notice.
Order may be recalled, my lord, and I may be permitted to amend, my lord.
Here for respondent in 46. You file objection to application. Learned AGA appearing for respondent. Prays for is allowed 2 weeks time to file objection to the application for recalling of order dated purchase 25/8/2021 in bracket IA1 of 2022. Please clear up.
18-3. Number 47. Yes, Sridhar, 14%.
Ashok KL.
Yeah.
Merit
Calling you order.
How we can maintain the recording of it?
Maintaining. Who is present for the applicant?
Ashok KL.
Application is on whose behalf?
Application is not.
Merit पे order है। This is the application.
This application is filed by party in person or the council on record? Huh? Yes, sir, because we can recollect. Then later we engage the lawyer. That day he appeared.
Advocate for petitioner is filed.
Yes.
This is an application filed under section 151 of CPC for recall of order dated 23rd of November 2021. The wide order dated 23rd of November 2021. The writ petition was disposed of on merit. Full stop. The application for recall of order which has been passed on merit is not maintainable in a decided case, and as such, the application being misconceived is rejected.
Number 48.
Not it might appear for the petitioner, not the writ petition was filed before the learned single judge for challenging the acquisition proceedings. Not by virtue of the notification, since the virus of the act has been challenged. Not it has been ordered to be listed. Second set of copies. Second set of copies session. Interim protection may kindly be continued.
The counsel for petitioner pays for as a doubt 2 weeks time to make good the office objection and provide second set of writ petition placed on such and such date. Interim order shall continue till next date of listing.
Please.
7th March.
That's a defect. We are giving it after 2 weeks.
Number 49. Balaji Naidu party in person.
petitioner. Lord, I had made an appellate, now I have been filed on 29/20/21.
49.
20th of September 2021.
Party in person. Are you a party in person?
In fact, my lord, there was a party in person who was represented the case all along till 20th of September 2021. I filed a wakalatnama on behalf of the petitioner on the 20th September. My name was not consistently registering in the clause list. Therefore, my lord, on the earlier occasion also it was not listed and I could not able to appear on behalf of the petitioner. Nevertheless, my lord, the petitioner was also not keeping well on the date when the case was posted. It also could not be appeared. This is the matter of the zero trafficking which was given to an ordinary MLA without there being the miscarriage of administrative order and administration. Now, there was an earlier, my lord, at the time of admitting, a notice was issued to the chief secretary, the first respondent, to consider my petition as a representation and pass appropriate order.
That has been done. That has been done. That was shown before the court, and on that basis only it has been.
I have not been shown with the report what has been considered. After considering the report, my lord,
No, go and challenge that.
Consider the further issue if there is any necessity.
We were informed by the additional government advocate that the memo enclosing the order 24/11/2021, whereby in compliance of court's order, representation of the petitioner has been considered and rejected.
The very fact, what is the contention of the report also, I should not be known, my lord.
You take it from her, then go ahead.
They not show the copy.
No email.
Even filing the
Or that-
filing to the office also, he has not been given the copy to me.
Order cannot be recalled like this.
Immediately when the order was ordered, my lord, immediately I moved a memo. My
was-
lord has suggested me to
It
file
was
a
your responsibility to be present before the court.
And even on the date of the arguments and the disposal, my lord, my name is not being listed. It is the difficulty. In my absence, the court has passed an order on the version of the government advocate. In fact, my lord, the officer has never heard an inquiry. That
We can
in fact,
give you
he called me
liberty.
for an inquiry, as if that I am
We
committed some
can
error.
give you liberty if you want. You go and challenge this order before the appropriate forum. That is all.
Lord,
Government advocate, hand over a copy.
Yes.
The heard on application for recall of order, the counsel for petitioner applicant submit that he was not given the copy of the order dated 24/11/2021. As such, he was not aware about the contents of the said order at the time when the order was passed. Full stop. Para. Learned AGA has handed over the copy of the order dated 24/11/2021, which is said to have been passed in compliance of court's order. Full stop. In case petitioner feels aggrieved, he is at liberty to challenge the same before the appropriate forum. Application for recall stands disposed of.
Number 50.
To the petitioner in this matter, my lords. My lords, an application for amendment has been preferred by the petitioner. In this matter, my lord, in fact, at the prayer A, there was a typographical error which we sought to rectify. Subsequently, my lord, there were certain changed circumstances which I also wish to place on record. Hence, I filed an application for amendment, my lord. If I may kindly be permitted to amend the petition.
Appeal for the response number 3 and 4, my lord. My lord, I have not received the IA copy, my lord. They have not served. Yes, I have not served.
What about 1 and 2?
1.
Go copy.
My lord, was served.
May serve the copy of the amendment application to respondent 1, 2, 3, 4, who may file their objections within 2 weeks.
Yes, ma'am. Much obliged.
Give a date after 4 weeks.
Entry. Number 51.
61, I appear for the petitioner. This is a similar matter, my lord. In fact, these are matters where demand notices were issued by the BBMP. By the order dated 5th January, I had undertaken to amend the petition, my lords. Hence, I filed this application for amendment. It's only insofar as the prayer rectification of the error which has crept in the prayer, my lord. There is no other change.
You file objection if you want. Do you have any objection?
Rare column.
My lord, I am not appearing in this case. I have not served in the copy. It is some other matter, my lord.
All right.
Next matter.
Heard on application for amendment IA 1 of 2022. Then a counsel for the petition applicant submits that only a formal amendment is to be made in the prayer column, which may be allowed. Para. Learned AG appearing for respondent has no objection. The application is allowed. The petitioner counsel is permitted to carry out the proposed amendment within 1 week
Great.
and file the amended copy. Application and disposal. He can dispose of.
To adjourn, serial number 53, Aditya
The petition in this matter, lordships. This is a matter challenging the wires of the KERC, Karnataka Electricity Regulations, fee regulations, Commission's fee regulations. When this matter came up on the 20th of January, your lordships had permitted me to move an application to amend the prayer in this petition. I have now moved that application, your lordships. May I request that the application be allowed? That's the only amendment in the petition, only the prayer.
The prayer only?
Only the prayer, your lordships. Prayer 1 has been amended, is required to be amended.
Who appear for respondent?
No notice has been issued in this matter.
All right, allow the application, amendment application, Anna. You will write the order earlier which I have just dictated, except that the respondent have no objection, and allow the application.
Lordship, may I request that the matter be posted to next week? I'll carry out the amendment this week itself.
All right, we are giving 1 week time.
10th March. Serial number 54.
My lord, I appear for petitioner, my lord. My lord, I have filed memo for my lord posting, my lord, your lord. I have complied with the office objection. My lord,
is there any urgency in the matter?
Your lordship, my lord, convenient to this court, my lord. In the meanwhile, if your lordship permit me, my lord, I will serve the copy on the respondents so that they will also be ready on that.
Heard on memo for posting, list on, give a date after 3 weeks.
Shall I serve a copy, my lord, on the respondents?
If you want, you may serve.
Please, my lord, I will oblige.
Matter. Serial number 9. Sir.
Not kind of, I prefer the caveat in this matter, but the copies have not been served on me. But
We wanted to discuss it. Compliance there, fresh material.
You be present.
Please.
First, the presence will be noted.
Counsel for appellant is not there. We
Please.
wanted to dispose of today.
please,
Pass order, pass order.
please,
No,
Got it.
take. Order लिखा दो.
So this was granted. This was granted in favor of Niyama. Correct.
please, my lord. Later on, my lord, the subject property was given to me by virtue of the registered gift deed.
Give it in favor of respondent. In
Please.
favor of respondent.
Please, my lord.
Who is the respondent?
Muniamma is the, because I have no, I do not have copies. But, maybe the second respondent, Venkatamma is caveator.
Caveator. And this regrant was in favor of Srimati Muniamma.
Please, brother. Muniamma in turn gifted to me in the year 1973 itself. I was the gift.
This appellants preferred an, who preferred an appeal?
Appellant Malad, being aggrieved by the order of affecting Kata in my name, he preferred an appeal.
Yes.
Against which order, Malad, I preferred the please revision petition and revision petition was.
Now this appeal was preferred by Muniamma.
Please.
Who has gifted this property to you under registered gift deed?
No, Malad, there are two Muniammas, that is the confusion, Malad. Muniamma is the.
All right. The one Muniamma who was regranted is not a party to this proceedings.
Please, Illam, she is not a party to the proceedings.
Okay. The captioned appeal is filed, asserting the order of the London single judge dated 4/1/2022, passed in this petition 51033 of 2019. The opponents respondents 4 to 7 claim that the subject matter of the petition, which is in agricultural land, was originally granted to one Srimati Muniamma. By order dated 8/11/1971 to an extent of 3 acres 27 guntas in survey number 8 of Surana Huse village. Pursuant to regrant order, the said Srimati Muniamma acquired valid right and title, and she became the owner of the land in question. Respondents, class petitioners in the writ petition further contended the said Muniamma gifted the petition land on 30/4/1974 in favor of one Anaya, Narayan and Bayana. Bayana bracketally petition number 2. Consequent to registered document, a wadi was submitted by the donees who had acquired valid right and title pursuant to registered gift deed. And based on a wadi coupled with the registered document, Tahsildar, after due inquiry, accepted the mutation, and the mutation was also certified, thereby mutating the name of the donees by order dated 20/10/1979 under MR number 9 of 9/1979-80. It is in terms of this mutation, the donee's name, that is first petitioner hearing, name was duly mutated to the revenue records. Next paragraph. The present appellant was arrayed as respondent number 4 in the writ petition, questioning the mutation which was effected in 1979, preferred an appeal before the Assistant Commissioner and under 136(2) of Karnataka Land Revenue Act. The Assistant Commissioner, without causing notice and without examining the fact that the appeal was preferred after inordinate delay of how many? 34 years, huh? 34 years? 34 years. Allowed the appeal and set aside the mutation.
Unmute yourself.
Allowed the appeal and set aside the mutation, which was effected in terms of a registered gift deed. Feeling aggrieved by the order passed by the Assistant Commissioner, the present respondents 4 to 8 preferred an writ petition before the London single judge of this court. Next paragraph. London single judge, having examined the rival contentions and also materials placed on record, has come to conclusion that the order of the Assistant Commissioner in allowing the appeal under section 136(2) was one without jurisdiction. London single judge was of the view that there was inordinate delay of 34 years, and therefore the Assistant Commissioner was not justified in entertaining a belated appeal. Moreover, without issuing notice to the interested parties. The learned single judge was also of the view that since mutation came to be effected based on a registered gift deed, the controversy and rival claim made by the present appellant cannot be adjudicated in revenue proceedings, and therefore rightly relegated the present appellant herein to approach the competent civil court. It is this order which is under challenge by appellant number 4 before this court. We have examined the order under challenge passed by the learned single judge. If respondents 4 to 8 have acquired valid right and title pursuant to gift deed executed by the original grantee, question of examining the claim of appellant in a revenue proceedings is not at all permissible. It is also forthcoming that the said appeal was filed by appellant number 4 after lapse of 34 years. Learned single judge has taken into consideration all the relevant facts and has rightly come to conclusion that that revenue authorities have no jurisdiction to examine the disputes which squarely cover disputed question of title. The order under challenge does not suffer from any infirmities. We are of the view that the order under challenge does not warrant any interference in the hands of this court. It appeals the word of merit according to stand dismissed. Notice kodabeka nimge? Yaru? You appear for whom? AG is directed to take notice to respondents.
Seal number 12, Naveen Jayan.
Subject another why video ka departmental inquiry. Not maintenance. Not maintenance. What they have not maintenance? The captioned writ appeal is filed by the Panchayat Development Officer. Name. Mamta. Yes, filed by one Srimati Mamta, who claims to be the Panchayat Development Officer of Mayasandra Grama Panchayat, Anekal Taluk, Bengaluru. The present caption appeal is filed. Questioning a portion of the order under challenge wherein learned single judge, having examined the rival contentions of the parties, was of the view that the demolition which was carried out at the instance of the present appellant hearing was without any inquiry, and the said action was in gross violation of principle of natural justice. Therefore, at para 10, the learned single judge come to a conclusion that the demolition at the instance of the present appellant hearing, who was the Panchayat Development Officer at the relevant point of time when the demolition was carried out, has acted high-handedly, and therefore learned single judge has directed the Director of Municipal Administration to fix the responsibility by holding a departmental inquiry for having acted in an arbitrary manner, and consequently the demolition was found to be by misusing the public office. It is in this background that the judge has directed the superior authorities to hold a departmental inquiry, and a specific observation is also made by the learned single judge that the departmental inquiry shall be carried out after affording an opportunity of hearing in the said inquiry. If this portion of the order and the challenge is examined, we do not find any infirmities. Even otherwise, we are of the view that the observation made by the learned single judge at para 10 and para 12 would not prejudice the rights of appellant hearing, reserving liberty to the appellant to contest the inquiry. In the event the superior authority commences with the departmental inquiry, this writ appeal stands disposed of. All contentions are kept open.
Civil number 20, Shri R. Sarthi.
Waiting for the petitioner. She is now assenting of all other states have already fought it. Good. But if the
Compliance.
petitioner- Sorry.
2 weeks for compliance.
Compliance.
There is two objections, the urgency is this. Only two objections, and the issue is of whereas, because of urgency, I moved. The petitioners are in-service medical officers.
What PG diploma in service.
Petition is those who are done PG in a specified medical subject, they're supposed to take
2
that.
दिन बाद लगा दो, 2 दिन में कर दो remove.
Okay. Let it come.
It's on the-
We'll give a short date. You comply it and we'll take it immediately. 2 days.
Because the council, the second round is already started. First round they have.
What can we do? Your petition is defective. Unless defects are removed, how can we entertain the petition?
Only two small objections, and there's not even.
Whatever is small or big is not the question.
Even that is not notified in the morning itself. I'm trying to find out what is the objection. Because the counseling has taken place, I'm watching since from yesterday. But unfortunately, they have not even uploaded in the.
We will have it after 2 days. You remove the objections.
This issue is already covered by all the states. The issue-
Counsel for the petitioner wants 2 days time to remove the office objections. On his request, list on, give after 2 days, Thursday, Friday.
Friday, 11/2.
Obliged.
My lord, I beg to make one submission, my lord. I am so